Welcome to my channel MS is Great. In this video, you will learn how to use string function formatNumber within powerautomate. You are watching the #MS is Great learning series for powerautomate. Let's start. FormatNumber is a function which takes three parameters. First parameter is the input, which is a number input, and the second parameter which takes the format, and the third parameter is regional or the local format, which is optional, and you can just use two parameter which is mandatory to format the number. In this first sample, you can see the input is the number 1525921, and explicitly we are mentioning the format which you are looking for, and it is EN/US, the US format, which is the local, which we are used to format. And the output it gives you in this format, irrespective of the number, it adds the decimal point .00 because we need in that format, and we have clearly specified what is the separator we are looking for. So this is the simple format which you can do. And the same number, second format, we are using the IS format. In this, it automatically converts that into the decimal separator to a comma, and the digit separator would be like in a decimal in a dot format. And the format, the second input parameter which it takes the format, it has several forms which can be used to format the number. And the other format which you can use is the C2, which is the currency format. If you specify C2, the literal string input for the same number, it automatically converts that into a currency, which is if you don't specify the local, then it automatically takes the dollar. You can see how it formats, and automatically it will just show the last only the two decimal point. Similarly, for C2, you can specify explicitly the locale. In this scenario, in these two sample, you can see that the Portugal format, you can see PT-PT is a Portugal format, and it automatically converts into euro, and the decimal separator is comma. That is about the currency format. And the next format is the digit format. Irrespective of the number of digits which you supply, you can specify I want only 9 digits. So what it does is it adds it prefix with the number of zeros for the same number input. You can see it add to 0 to make it to 9 digit. So you can specify in this format. Please note that it works only for the whole number. If you start to supply the decimal number for this input, it might throw up some error for D9, specifically for D9 format. The next format which we're going to see is the E2, which is like exponential format. Number 2 is the number of digits you want to have it in the exponential. So in this scenario, it would take it as plus E003, which is like 3 digit format. Similarly, if you specify E3, then it would keep on adding the exponential. The next one is about the fixed point format. So here you can specify, if you can see here, this is the input of the number or the value. It has multiple decimal value. But if you say that in the fixed format F2, it will automatically fix it to 2 decimal point. So this is really helpful when you want to make your value to be fixed decimal point. And also you can see here, if you supply the whole number, then automatically it adds a decimal 00 for the same F2. That is about the fixed format. The next format which you can see is more of like a numeric modifier, which is N, and the same input with the multiple decimal numerator. You can see N4, meaning that you round it off to 4 decimal point. So it does the round off. In previous samples, you can see that it takes the literal numbers. It doesn't do any round off or rounding down. But in the N4, it will round off the number. So if you say I need 4 decimal point, then it would 9913. So here you can see that it rounded off 2 to 3. yeah, that is about the N4. It is really helpful when you are formatting the number to round off, does it automatically for you. And the next format is the X format, which is the hexadecimal. In some scenarios you want to explicitly convert it into the hexadecimal, then you can do that. Even with the same hexadecimal, if you specify the number of digits x8, it would fix the number to 8 digit. So it converts into hexa and fix the digit to 8 digit. The last one is about the percentage. P is for percentage. You can just specify P. It automatically converts that into a percentage. But remember that if you want to have a 50% of a number, then you should use 0.5. So if you supply 0.5 and then just specify P, then it will convert it into 50%. You can see here how it works. So the same number which I supplied 212,399.13. So meaning that it multiplies by the 100 and then it tries to convert that into a percentage. So the next sample which you can see here, P4, same percentage, but you are specifying the number of digits after the decimal. So it will multiply by 100 and then it will just add the decimal point. So these are the format which you can take in the formatNumber function. And do remember that formatNumber function is just for formatting. Do not use it for calculation. If you are doing it for calculation, it might give you some undesirable calculated value effect. So mainly these are used to set some format as a string. So you can use it to in your email to format it in a format the number in the email, and then the calculations, sending the output in a fixed format through HTTP requests. So those kind of scenarios, formatNumber will be really helpful. Let's see how it is used in the powerautomate now. So this is the powerautomate for the formatNumber. As usual, this is the manual triggered powerautomate. You can see the input here, the same kind of a message, uses the same schema. So in this scenario you would see there are two numbers, the message and some JSON. So I'm just following the same format, so not to change the input message, but the focus is more on the number for this formatNumber. And this is the formula or the function where it was used. Let me do the side-by-side view so that it is easy to visualize. So this is the side-by-side view of the output and the input from the powerautomate. The top one are all the HTML tags you can see, and the first one, formatNumber, this is the syntax for the function. So basically formatNumber is the function used within the formula, and body of input message of message2. So I am using the message2 value from the input which I shown you before, and I'm specifying the format and the local. So this is the output you can see when I'm using this. And similarly for the second one, this is the format you can see, and you get this output format. And for the third one, this is the third one, this is the third one for the currency. And for the currency C2, this is the formula to be used, and you can see that output is 2100 with the currency format. And let's see another format. This is the same currency format in a different locale, and similarly for Portugal locale, you can see this is the output for Portugal, and this is the formula. You can use it directly into your powerautomate. And similarly for the digits, you can see this is the input and the output for the digits. You can directly use it in the formula. And for the exponential, you can use the same formula here. And body of the input, message 3, I am using the message 3 input, and it has the integer value. So I have used all the formulas in the same way as in the way I have mentioned here. And finally I would just show how the others are used here. So it's pretty simple. you can directly use it as a formula and then add your functions and supply the parameters. So that's how it's been used, and you can see the output at the right side. Hope this is really helpful and gives you understanding about how to use the function. Thank you. Please subscribe.